A normal girl, whose future was completely uncertain, suddenly gains a mysterious power that makes her brain work far beyond human limits. And as her mind slowly starts activating towards 100%, she begins doing unbelievable things that even science cannot explain. But the real question is, how did Lucy get this power? And with such a dangerous ability, just how powerful did she become? The name of the film is Lucy. Hello friends, I'm Sam, and you're watching Know the Story Global. Before starting the video, I have a small request. If you're new to this channel, then please do subscribe. The film begins with a young woman named Lucy. Lucy is a simple girl who is very confused about her life and future. She has been dating a man named Richard for only a week. One day, Richard comes to her carrying a briefcase and tells her to deliver it to a man named Mr. Jang at a hotel. He makes excuses, saying he cannot do the delivery himself because of some problem, but Lucy immediately becomes suspicious. Again and again, she asks what exactly is inside the briefcase. Richard avoids answering her questions, which only makes Lucy more nervous, and she refuses to do the job. Then Richard tries to tempt her with money, but when she still refuses, he forcefully handcuffs the briefcase to her wrist and tells her that now she has no choice because only Mr. Jang has the key to the handcuffs. The moment this happens, Lucy realizes that she has fallen into something extremely dangerous. Terrified, she walks into the hotel and starts searching for Mr. Jang. As soon as the receptionist calls Jang, his men suddenly arrive downstairs and without any warning shoot Richard dead. Seeing Richard die right in front of her freezes Lucy in fear. Before she can even process what happened, Jang's men drag her into a room by force. Inside the room sits Mr. Jang, calmly torturing people without showing any emotion. Blood and dead bodies are scattered everywhere, and Lucy is horrified. The problem was that Jang couldn't understand English, so he speaks to Lucy through a translator. The first thing Jang asks is what is inside the briefcase. Lucy honestly says she has no idea, but Jang doesn't believe her and orders her to enter the password and open it. Lucy becomes terrified, thinking there could be a bomb inside that might kill her instantly, but she has no choice left. Trembling with fear, she enters the password and slowly opens it. Inside, they discover a strange blue-colored chemical. Lucy nervously tells them that there's some kind of blue substance inside. Hearing this, Jang smiles and walks back into the room. After that, Jang calls in a drug addict and makes him inhale a few drops of the blue chemical. The moment he takes it, his entire body becomes hyperactive. Seeing this, Jang realizes Richard had not betrayed him. In reality, this was the world's most powerful synthetic drug called CPH4. This drug was considered thousands of times more dangerous and powerful than cocaine. Lucy thinks her job is over now and maybe she will finally be released. But then Jang tells her that the real work is only beginning, and immediately after saying this, his men beat Lucy unconscious. The next morning, when Lucy wakes, she notices bandages wrapped around her stomach. At first, she believes the mafia must have stolen her kidney, but then a surgeon reveals the horrifying truth. The doctor explains that they stitched a packet of CPH4 inside her body. The drug was so dangerous that it could not be smuggled in ordinary ways, so the traffickers surgically placed packets inside people's stomachs to avoid airport security detection. Lucy wasn't the only victim. Several others were being used the same way. The mafia clearly warns them that if anyone contacts the police, their entire family will be killed. Meanwhile, we are introduced to a scientist named Professor Samuel Norman. During a seminar, Norman gives a lecture about the human brain capacity. He explains that humans use only around 4 to 5% of their brain, and even the maximum limit barely reaches 10%. Norman says everything humanity has achieved, from discovering fire to creating modern technology, has been possible with just this limited brain power. A man sitting in the audience asks him what would happen if a human could use 100% of their brain. But Norman has no answer. According to him, imagining such a level of power is almost impossible. At the same time, Lucy is kept at a secret location where preparations are made to send her to Europe the next day. But then one incident changes everything. One of the gang members approaches Lucy with bad intentions. Frightened, Lucy pushes him away. Furious, the man starts kicking her brutally in the stomach.
And this is the exact moment when the entire story changes. Because of the beating, the CPH4 packet inside Lucy bursts open. The drug rapidly spreads throughout her body. Immediately, Lucy's body begins reacting violently. Her eyes start changing, her body shakes uncontrollably, and her brain begins activating at an abnormal speed. For a moment, it feels like she is about to explode and die. At the same time, Professor Norman explains in his seminar that if a human could use 40% of their brain, they would gain the ability to control people and even the environment itself. Water, air, matter, everything could come under their influence. They would even be able to scan the human body without machines. When we return to Lucy, she no longer looks the same. A strange blue glow appears in her eyes. The CPH4 has already activated nearly 30% of her brain. And now, Lucy's transformation truly begins. When the same thug approaches her again, Lucy kills him within seconds and escapes with his gun. Then she takes down several gangsters one after another. Her aim becomes so perfect that it feels like a machine is calculating every shot. Even when bullets hit her body, she calmly removes them with her own hands. After that, Lucy heads toward a hospital. On the way, she realizes she can hear conversations happening from far away. Even phone calls being made nearby start echoing inside her mind. Not only that, her brain automatically begins translating every language. Finally, Lucy reaches the hospital. There, doctors are performing surgery on a patient suffering from a brain tumor. The moment Lucy sees the man, her mind starts analyzing his body structure in a strange way. And then, without warning, she pulls out her gun and shoots the patient dead. Everyone inside the room is completely shocked. One patient faints from fear instantly. Then Lucy turns toward the doctors and tells them that a dangerous drug has been hidden inside her stomach, and it is slowly leaking. If it is not removed immediately, terrible things could happen. She also explains that the man she killed had already suffered irreversible brain damage, and no doctor in the world could have saved him. This proves that Lucy's brain had become so powerful that she could scan the human body without any machine. Terrified, the doctors begin operating on her. During the surgery, Lucy calls her mother. Crying emotionally, she tells her that she can now feel every tiny thing in the world around her. After some time, the doctors successfully removed the drug packet from Lucy's stomach, but by then, more than half a kilo of CPH4 had already been absorbed into her body. The moment the doctor realizes that the substance is CPH4, he is completely shocked. After the operation, Lucy's next target becomes Mr. Zhang. As soon as she steps outside, her powers reach an even dangerous level. She goes straight to Zhang and stabs both of his hands with knives. Lucy tells Zhang that the experiment he used her for is now going to become his own destruction. When Zhang refuses to reveal the locations of the other smugglers, Lucy simply places 2 fingers on his forehead and accesses his brain memories. Now she discovers which countries around the world have received shipments of CPH4. After this, Lucy visits a friend's house. The moment she touches her, she immediately realizes that her friend has a kidney problem. Then Lucy opens a laptop and starts reading internet data and scientific research at such an unbelievable speed that it feels as if she is absorbing the knowledge of the entire world within seconds. During this research, she comes across the name of Dr. Samuel Norman. Lucy immediately calls Norman and starts quoting the exact lines and page numbers from his research papers. At first, Norman thinks someone is joking with him, but when Lucy suddenly appears directly in front of him through a television screen, the ground beneath his feet seemed to disappear. Lucy had now gained the ability to control electronic systems as well. Lucy tells Norman that more than 40% of her brain has already activated. She can no longer feel pain or emotions. From quantum physics to nuclear science, every kind of knowledge now exists inside her mind. But there was one problem. Lucy realizes that she does not have much time left. That is when Dr. Norman tells her that if she has truly gained such immense knowledge, then she should preserve it for the future of humanity. Lucy agrees and decides to leave all her knowledge behind for mankind. Before leaving the house, she even writes a prescription for her friend and advises her to continue kidney treatment. By this time, news about Lucy has spread across the entire city, and the police are searching for her everywhere. But Lucy changes her golden hair to black and easily deceives everyone. After that, Lucy contacts Inspector Rio and within seconds sends him the details of smugglers operating around the world. The police immediately begin arresting them and removing the CPH4 packets from their bodies.
However, during the flight, Lucy notices that her teeth are falling out and her body is becoming unstable. The drug's effects were starting to fade, and she realizes that she needs more CPH4 to survive. Left with no choice, Lucy consumes all the remaining CPH4 herself. Immediately afterward, light begins radiating from her body. When she regains consciousness, more than 50% of her brain has been activated. When the police try to arrest her, Lucy simply waves her hand and knocks everyone unconscious. She even removes the bullets from Inspector Rio's gun using only her mind. Then, Lucy asks him where the remaining CPH4 is being kept, because now she needs more of the drug just to stay alive. Rio takes her to Paris, where the remaining CPH4 is stored. During the journey, Lucy starts hearing mobile signals and every phone conversation happening around her. Because of this power, she also discovers that Mr. Zhang's men have arrived in Paris. Lucy quickly drives toward the hospital where the smugglers were being operated on. The moment she reaches the hospital, Zhang's men begin firing guns and stealing the CPH4. But Lucy had now reached an entirely different level. Without even touching them, she throws people into the air using only the power of her mind. After defeating everyone, she takes the drugs and reaches Dr. Norman. In front of Norman and the other scientists, Lucy revealed that 60% of her brain had now been activated. To prove it, she tells one scientist every detail about his past life. At that moment, everyone finally believed that Lucy was telling the truth. Lucy explains that humans have only ever used a tiny fraction of their brains, while Lucy has already reached nearly 70%. For her, no information in the world remained incomplete anymore. The scientists then requested her to transfer all her knowledge for the future of humanity. But at that exact moment, Zhang and his men attacked the facility. Outside, a violent battle begins between the police and the gangsters, while inside, all the remaining CPH4 is injected into Lucy. As soon as the drugs enter her system, enormous energy starts flowing out of her body. Black structures emerge from her body and begin connecting themselves to supercomputers. Watching all this, the scientists inside the laboratory are left speechless. Everyone believes Lucy has gone beyond control. But Dr. Norman explains that Lucy is actually using the supercomputers to absorb the knowledge of the entire world. A human brain had now evolved so far that all human civilization's data had become nothing more than a simple file for her. As Lucy's brain continues activating, further, the concepts of time and space begin disappearing for her. She's no longer limited to one place. In one moment, Lucy appears near the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and the very next second, she's standing in New York's Times Square. But the real shock comes when Lucy starts manipulating time itself. Standing in Times Square, she begins reversing time. Slowly, modern New York transforms into the ancient past. Buildings disappear, roads turn into dirt paths, and within moments, Lucy reaches the era when Red Indian tribes once lived there. Soon, ancient hunters appear before her eyes. But Lucy does not stop there. She travels even further back in time, so far back that the world reaches the age of dinosaurs. And then, Lucy goes even deeper into the past and witnesses the ape-like ancestor that scientists believe was the beginning of humanity. Lucy's mind was no longer limited to Earth. Crossing space and time itself, she reaches the origin of the universe. And finally, Lucy witnesses the Big Bang. At this point, Lucy was no longer just a human being. She had understood every secret from the beginning of existence itself. Meanwhile, Mr. Jang arrives there to kill her. But at that very moment, Lucy's brain reaches 100% activation, and in the very next second, she disappears completely. It is as if Lucy transformed from a human being into pure energy, or perhaps became part of time itself. Just then, Inspector Rio arrives and shoots Jang dead, finally ending his reign. Before disappearing completely, Lucy transfers all her knowledge and discoveries into a special pen drive, which is handed over to Dr. Norman. The moment Norman takes the pen drive into his hands, the last trace of Lucy's physical existence vanishes forever. At that moment, Norman understands that Lucy is no longer confined to one place. She now exists in every corner of time, space, and the universe itself. And with this, the story finally comes to an end. This story teaches us that a human's true power does not lie in physical strength, but inside the mind and the power of thought. But when knowledge and power grow beyond limits, a person slowly begins losing their humanity. Lucy discovered every secret of existence, but during that journey, she moved far away from being an ordinary human being. And perhaps that is why people say everything has a limit. Because when humans try to become gods, they eventually leave their own humanity behind.
So friends, if you enjoyed this story, then please like the video, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Know the Story Global, for more amazing movie explanations. Your one subscription motivates me to bring you many more incredible stories. We'll meet again in the next video with another heart-touching story. Until then, take care of yourselves. Thank you.